Welcome back. National charity Youngcare is celebrating a milestone birthday, 20 years of fighting for choice, dignity and independence for young Aussies with complex physical disabilities.
It is a remarkable achievement, given it all started with just one man who refused to give up on his wife. Sylvia Jeffreys, an ambassador for the charity, caught up with Youngcare's founder.
Dan Horton has a passion for wheelchair rugby and a goal to represent Australia. He's working hard at it inside his brand new Youngcare apartment in East Brisbane. What did you think when you first walked into this place?
Yeah, my eyes lit up straight away. It was beautiful. It's such a modern design, and some SDA apartments can be quite clinical, where I loved how this has all the automation, everything you need for a disability, but it's just a beautiful apartment.
He shares a Paralympic dream with his neighbour Dan Tann, who recently moved in with his dog Hugo.
It's just made my life so much easier. Like, it kind of feels like I'm living a normal life, and that's the best impact that I think you could have.
At the heart of Youngcare is the very personal story of David and Siobhan Conry.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Siobhan has moved here because she has multiple sclerosis and now needs full-time care.
Siobhan, diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, was forced to move into aged care in her early 30s because there was simply no other option. And as David told 60 Minutes back then, it was a fate he refused to accept.
Some people would walk away. Not you.
No.
With the support of his best mates, David made a bold commitment to keep young Australians like Siobhan out of inappropriate accommodation. There's a great story of mateship at the centre of Youngcare's story, with the four of you just getting together to make it happen. But what exactly did that look like in the early days?
It's completely driven by what can we do to help Siobhan, and what can we build, what can we provide for her that gives her quality and dignity, and that drove us. But it was a circus, really.
How so?
Look, we just were making it up as we went along.
They figured it out pretty quickly. By 2007, they'd broken new ground, opening the first Youngcare apartments in Brisbane. And they kept going. Over 20 years, 20 homes have been built and thousands of lives transformed. Do you remember the day the first Youngcare home opened?
Oh yeah, vividly. Yeah, the opening of the first Youngcare was incredibly proud. It was quite, it was actually very hard to get your head around the fact that we'd able to sort of build it and then for people to move in, and obviously emotionally, it was pretty full on for us and myself to see Siobhan move into that.
That simple mission has inspired all kinds of support, from gruelling desert treks to budgie bolts, a surprise donation from Margot Robbie, and a song dedication from Powderfinger frontman Bernard Fanning.
Say you'll watch over me.
And then there's Brian, a Youngcare resident whose love of homebrew recently inspired the lads at Young Henry's to craft a pale ale in his honour.
I do get quite emotional about it, to be quite honest. We wanted to promote the positivity of solutions.
Now entering its third decade, Youngcare's future is in the hands of new CEO Clare Stewart, a full circle moment for Clare, who was the charity's very first volunteer in 2006. So what does the future look like for Youngcare?
We want to know how many young people, and when I say young, I'm talking 18 to 65, are at home with ageing parents. Parents who themselves are getting to a spot where they can no longer care for their child. What do those numbers look like? What does that mean? And how can we help?
One man who refused to give up on his wife is now an endless commitment to ensuring that young Australians can live young lives.
Oh, look, I hope that we continue to be here. In some ways you wish we weren't, because that meant that there is an issue. But there will always be challenges that need to be satisfied. And I think for Youngcare, what we lead in is lifting the standards, being the voice for people and not settling for mediocre.
There to rescue me.
Nice. such a legend,
Yeah.
David. It's a great charity, that. Just
Beautiful
terrific.
story by Sylvia.
Brilliant work,
She does such good work for them.
Well done, SJ. If you'd like to support the brilliant work they do, head to Youngcare's website below and click on Donate.